When I tell people that I manage our 17 Airbnb rentals by myself, I often hear shock that I could do that myself while raising my 3 kids. And the truth is, it doesn't actually take that much time to manage Airbnbs. If you can get your automations right, you can manage 5, 10, or more Airbnbs in just a couple of hours a week. My name's Kate Lynch, and I retired from a corporate job about 5 years ago to focus on investing in Airbnbs so that I could be a stay-at-home mom and spend more time with my family. If you're interested in learning about how to use Airbnbs and other real estate investments to have more time with your family, hit the like button and subscribe to follow along on our journey. Airbnb is already set up with a lot of automation tools so that you can communicate your check-in and check-out instructions and other information that your guests need without having to type out a message for every guest who books. Airbnb also has an instant book setting so that guests who meet certain criteria can book your place automatically without having you approve every one of the requests. It takes a little bit of time to learn how to screen guests for potential problems, but Airbnb's settings give you a little bit of help with that up front. If you're using Airbnb to bring in guests, the 3 other things you really need to manage your business are a good cleaner, a good handyman, and a good pricing tool. Setting nightly prices on your properties is necessary to maximize your revenue, but it would be a lot of work to try to look ahead in your calendar and reset the price every night based on the demand and changing occupancy rates in your market. I like Price Labs, which is a very cost-effective tool and lets me give it some parameters, and then it does the work behind the scenes to determine the appropriate price for every night. Sometimes things come up like a local sports team is going to be in the championship game, and that tool automatically adjusts the pricing when that happens. When one of our local sports teams made the championship game a couple of years ago, we started getting bookings that same day from guests who wanted to book their trip right away. There's no way that I would have been able to adjust our pricing quickly enough or stay on top of the market to know those things are coming up. So I think a tool like Price Labs is critical to make sure you're getting the best pricing for your place. Once you get your Price Labs initially set up, it only takes maybe a couple of hours a month for you to review your settings and make changes based on what you're seeing in the market. A lot of people ask me how we find cleaners for our places, and the truth is, in each market where we've been, we just ask around, and ultimately we've been able to find great cleaners. I've heard other people say you should be slow to hire and quick to fire, and that unfortunately is true with cleaners. It can be hard to find a good one, and in almost every market, we have had to work through a few of them before we found a good fit. But once you find a good cleaner, you give your cleaner access to your schedule, and then the cleaner is the one who knows when they should show up. A reliable cleaner will be going to your calendar and scheduling that in advance, so you don't have to communicate with them at all in order to get your place cleaned. The third important component, of course, is the handyman. Short-term rentals take a lot of abuse, and so you constantly need to have somebody available to check on whatever might be going wrong. We like to give our cleaners the phone number for the handyman so that ideally, when something comes up that's too big for the cleaner to handle, they'll reach out to the handyman and ask him to come and check the thing out. The handyman then will go to the site and let us know if it's something more complicated than what he can solve. And if he can take care of it, he takes care of it immediately and bills us. And if he can't, then we're just on the phone calling for whatever it is, a plumber, electrician, HVAC, etc. As long as you have the majority of your guest communication managed through automations in Airbnb, you have a good cleaner who knows how to get in and out of the place without your help, a handyman who's on call to take care of minor repairs, and a pricing tool that's adjusting your price on a nightly basis, there's very little else that you really have to do with Airbnbs. For the 17 units that we're currently managing, I estimate that I spend between 4 and 6 hours a week on them, and that allows me to have a pretty amazing lifestyle with just working 4 to 6 hours a week. If you're interested in learning more about how to use an Airbnb investment to get more time with your family, I'd be happy to help you. Follow along on our channel to learn more about how you can do this too.